Have you ever wondered why some days are sunny and suddenly a strong storm hits? Or why the Philippines experiences a powerful typhoons almost every year? Is it just nature or is there science behind it?
And even the traditional knowledge of our ancestors.
From monsoons and typhoons to the important role of Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration.
In this video, we will uncover the answers as we explore the Chapter 9, Philippine Meteorology. Let's begin with the weather patterns. So what is weather patterns? Weather patterns are not random. They are influenced by different factors such as the location of a country, nearby oceans, wind systems, and seasonal changes. In the Philippines, for example, weather patterns are mainly affected by monsoons and typhoons, which explain why we experience wet and dry seasons instead of four seasons like other countries. The Philippines experience different types of weather throughout the year because of its tropical location near the Pacific Ocean. This makes the country highly influenced by two major weather systems. These are the monsoons and typhoons. These weather patterns are not random. Instead, they follow seasonal changes and greatly affect our daily activities, agriculture, and safety. First, let's talk about monsoons. Monsoons are seasonal winds that change direction at different times of the year, bringing either dry or wet conditions. There are two main types of monsoons in the Philippines. The first is the amihan, or the northeast monsoon. This wind comes from the northeastern part of Asia and carries cool and dry air. Because of this, it brings colder temperatures and generally fair weather. Although some areas may still experience light rain. This usually occurs from November to February, and it is often associated with the Christmas season. The second is the habagat, or the southwest monsoon. Unlike amihan, habagat comes from the southwest and passes over warm ocean waters, which allow it to carry large amounts of moisture. As a result, it brings heavy rainfall, cloudy skies, and humid conditions. This monsoon usually occurs from June to October and is often responsible for flooding in some parts of the country. Aside from monsoons, the Philippines is also affected by typhoons, which are strong tropical storms that develop over warm ocean waters. Typhoons form when warm air rises from the ocean surface, creating low-pressure area. As more air rushes in, the system begins to rotate and grow stronger, eventually developing into a storm. This storm can bring strong winds, heavy rainfall, storm surge, and even landslides, making them one of the most dangerous natural hazards in the country. Typhoons are classified into different categories based on their wind speed. They start as a tropical depression, which is the weakest storm, and may develop into a tropical storm, then a severe tropical storm, and eventually into a typhoon or even a super typhoon if they become extremely strong. Understanding these weather patterns is very important because it helps us prepare for possible disaster, protect our lives and property, and plan our daily activities properly. By being aware of how monsoons and typhoons work, we can respond more effectively to change in the weather.
Now let's proceed to the next lesson, which is 9.2, Rule of Pag-asa in Weather Monitoring and Public Safety. So, Pag-asa means the National Meteorological Agency of the Philippines, responsible for providing weather forecasts, warnings, and advisories. It also handles geophysical and astronomical services like earthquake and tsunami alerts and astronomical data. Pag-asa uses scientific instruments, satellites, and advanced technology to observe atmospheric changes and provide accurate weather forecasts. Its role is crucial in helping people prepare for natural hazards such as typhoons, floods, and droughts. By issuing timely warnings and advisories, Pag-asa helps reduce risk, protect lives, and support decision-making in sectors like agriculture, transportation, and disaster management. PAGASA has rules or functions. First is the weather forecasting. Weather forecasting is the process of analyzing atmospheric data such as temperature, air pressure, humidity, and wind patterns to predict future weather conditions. This helps individuals and communities plan their daily activities safely. Second is typhoon monitoring. This involves the continuous tracking of tropical cyclones, including their location, movement, and intensity. Pag-asa provides regular updates so that communities can prepare in advance and minimize damages. Flood and rainfall warnings. Pag-asa issues warnings based on measured and expected rainfall levels, alerting the public about possible flooding in specific areas. This warnings is essential for evacuation and disaster preparedness. Next is the climate monitoring. Climate monitoring refers to the long-term observation and analysis of weather patterns and climate trends, such as global warming and seasonal changes. Next is climate monitoring. Climate monitoring refers to the long-term observation and analysis of weather patterns and climate trends, such as global warming and seasonal changes. This helps in planning for sustainable development. Lastly is the public safety advisories. These are official announcements and warning signals such as a storm, warning signals that inform people about potential dangers and guide them on what actions to take for safety.
For the development of modern technology and scientific instrument, early Filipinos rely on indigenous knowledge to understand and predict the weather. Indigenous weather knowledge refers to the traditional ways of observing nature to anticipate changes in weather conditions. This knowledge was developed through years of experience and careful observation of the environment, and it was passed down from one generation to another. Indigenous communication believed that nature gives signs or clues about upcoming weather. One of the most common practice is the observation of animals. For example, when ants move to higher place or store more food than usual, it may indicate that heavy rain is coming. Birds flying low or animals becoming restless. It can also signal changes in weather conditions. This behavior suggests that animals are sensitive to environmental changes even before humans notice them. Another practice is the observation of plants. Farmers pay attention to how plants grow and respond to their surroundings. For instance, certain plants may bloom earlier than usual or change position of their leaves, which can be a sign of changing weather. These plant indicators help farmers decide the best time for planting and harvesting crops.
People also rely on observing the sky and natural surroundings. The color of the clouds, the direction of the wind, and the appearance of the sky can provide important information. Dark and thick clouds often indicate rain, while clear skies suggest good weather. Even the position of the sun, moon, and stars is used as a guide in predicting weather patterns. In addition, many communities follow traditional calendars based on natural cycles. These calendars are guided by the phases of the moon, movement of stars, and seasonal changes. They help people plan activities such as farming, fishing, and traveling. Even in today's modern world, indigenous weather knowledge is still valuable. It shows the deep connection between people and nature and reminds us that the environment can serve as a reliable guide. When combined with modern science, this traditional knowledge can help improve our understanding of weather and strengthen disaster preparedness.
In conclusion, the study of Philippine meteorology helps us understand how weather greatly influences our daily lives and safety. The Philippines experiences different weather patterns mainly due to monsoons and typhoons, which bring changes in seasons and sometimes cause natural hazards. To help people prepare for these conditions, Pagasa plays an important role by monitoring the weather and providing accurate forecasts and warnings.
At the same time, even before modern technology existed, indigenous people were already able to predict weather changes by carefully observing nature, such as animals, plants, and the sky. These lessons show that both scientific knowledge and traditional practices are valuable in understanding weather. And by combining them, we can become more aware, prepared, and responsible in protecting ourselves and our communities. As we conclude, let us leave you with this quote.
Life is like the weather. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it storms.
But in every change, we learn to prepare and move forward.